Hi boys and girls, Mrs. Ferrante here. I am standing in front of the lovely Hartwood Acres mansion. Let me show ya. And I'm going to be walking around the mansion on the lovely trails that they have, and I'm going to show you some spring things. All right, come along, let's see what we could see. This, my friends, is the weeping willow tree. It is a beautiful tree, and it is one of the very first trees in the springtime to bloom. And as you could see, in this case, look at all the other trees. It is the first tree to bloom. Do you see any other flowers on any of the other trees in the area? This is the weeping willow. So the weeping willow is the first tree to bloom in the springtime. All those flowers that you see, it's light pink flower. Those pink flowers will then turn into leaves, and they're one of the first trees to get the leaves on the after the flowers. They will turn the there will be leaves on the tree and those leaves will stay. They will be this tree will have the first leaves on the tree, one of the first trees to grow leaves on the tree in the spring, and it would be the last leaves to fall off in the fall. So it's the first tree to get leaves in the spring, and the leaves will stay in the tree. They would be the last leaves to fall off the tree in the fall. And this, my friends, is a weeping willow. I will attach a picture in this video as well. And what's special about this too, sometimes you'll see a lot of these in houses where the soil collects a lot of water, and the owner of the house, they don't want a lot of water around, so this tree soaks up a lot of water. So wherever there's a lot of water, the tree will thrive and grow really well, because they need a lot of water to grow. Okay. All around this pavilion are pine trees. Those are all pine trees. Pine trees do not have leaves, they have needles. And at Christmas time, you probably put one of these up in your house and you decorate it. And that is a pine tree. Sometimes people call them Christmas trees. And they are pine trees. The science word for them are coniferous trees. They have needles instead of leaves, and they produce cones. And let me show you a closer look, and you could see the cones. Those are the cones, or you might call them pine cones. Can you see them? Do you think they might be on the ground? On the top of the dirt, the soil? Let's take a look. It might be hard to see in the video, but yes, they are. They're there. And those are the pine trees. Very beautiful area right here. A great spot for a picnic, even on those steps. This tree, this beautiful tree, is the magnolia tree. It's blooming now. There's several trees like this throughout Hartwood Acres. This one is the one that is blooming the most. That means that the flowers are the biggest right now. This is going to turn into a big pink flower. As you can see, they're all a little bit different in their growth. Very beautiful amongst the stone and the slate of the Hartwood mansion. In fact, on downtown Pittsburgh, on the corner of 7th and Penn, an artist made a sculpture out of this tree, and it's there all year round. So he made an art sculpture that looks like a real tree, but it's not. And it's downtown Pittsburgh on the intersection of 7th and Penn Avenue. So if you ever seen a tree in the wintertime blooming in your, it's not a real tree, it's a sculpture. Because this magnolia tree can only bloom in the springtime. So if you're ever downtown, oh, here's some blooms here. Look at that, guys. So if you're ever downtown and you see a tree that looks like this, that's not a real tree, that's a fake tree. This is a real tree, and it is blooming because it is springtime. So glad to get it on video because this will bloom in probably 3 weeks from now. All these beautiful flowers will be gone. Beautiful tree. A cherry blossom tree is another one that is first to bloom in the springtime in this area in America. This is a forsythia bush or shrub. This is another first sights of spring that we see when it's spring. All this foliage that we see right now, this bright yellow foliage, will turn green. This will only be yellow for about 2 weeks, so we're lucky to enjoy this together before it turns color. So it's only yellow, this bright yellow, for about 2 weeks, and then it will turn green and go to be a shrub, just a basic shrub. But it is such a beautiful color. It's great to make flower decorations right now. Lots of people use this around Easter time to make wreaths and put them in their Easter basket bouquets. Very pretty color. Very pretty. Even on a cloudy day, that yellow is just like a ray of sunshine. It's such a pretty color yellow. So if you take a walk in your neighborhood, you might be able to see the shrub and know that it's a forsythia shrub. This plant or shrub is a forsythia, and I know that from its color. It is one of the very first plants or shrubs to turn its color bright yellow. Even on a cloudy day, it is a beautiful color yellow. Bright, sunny yellow. And we are lucky to see this yellow because it's only yellow for a couple weeks, and then it will turn green and it will be a green shrub. So we gotta enjoy this yellow, sunshine yellow, while it's here. It is like the sunshine on a cloudy day, because it is cloudy, my friends. Look at the clouds. All these plants right here are the rhododendron plants or trees. There's about 20 of them in a row, and this is going to be a beautiful sight in a month from now because they are all going to be blooming. I see a bud right here. Do you see that? That's going to turn into a flower, a big flower. It's going to be pink or purple. I'm not sure what color these are, but you usually see them. They're like a light pink or a light purple, and they are beautiful. In a month from now, this stretch right here with the 20 or more rhododendrons is going to be a sight to see. And again, I'm at Hartwood Acres, and I love coming here. I enjoy coming here on actually a lot. I come here. I take my dog here. I like coming through the trails here. It's a very beautiful park in Pittsburgh. All right, so this is the rhododendron. So be on the lookout for this plant when you take a walk. You might even have one of these plants at your house. I know I have one in my yard, but mine is a lot smaller than this. But all plants look the same because their leaves are always the same. So this plant is the same as this plant because they're both rhododendrons.